Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. It's been 4 months since the acrimonious passage of the Enhanced Protection for Farm and Ranch Workers Act. While the benefits of the workers themselves are obvious, there remains misinformation and confusion about the benefits to the farm and ranch owners. Not only does the bill bring Alberta practices into line with the rest of the provinces in the country, the bill is essential to honour the Canadian Charter, our international obligations, and Albertans' opportunities to sell to international markets. To the Minister of Agriculture, given the bill was passed in December last, when will the Minister communicate more clearly and convincingly?
Thank you, Honourable Member. Thank you, Honourable Member. Minister of Agriculture.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and the member for the question. It happens to be a very good question, a very timely question. We're still in the process of tweaking the membership for the technical working groups, and important to remember, and I'm sure the member would agree, that this is about protection for farm workers, for non-family wage farm workers, and making sure that that remains the focus going forward, the technical working groups. For sure, input from the farm and ranch employers as well, but making sure to remember that this is about the workers themselves. I'm very much looking forward to those technical working groups and their recommendations. Thank you.
First supplemental.
Again to the Minister. Given that Bill 6 protects farmers and ranchers against lawsuits, protects against criminal liability, and increasing international trade obligations will be met around health and labour standards, when and how will the Minister counter the misinformation with accurate public information on the benefits to farm owners and ranchers?
Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and the member for the question. There's been a lot of communication. I've had the opportunity to go to many different meetings, talking with many different stakeholders. Some were quite interesting, but going to many different stakeholders, talking to them as much as I can, as possibly as I can, to ensure that they know that the benefits to them around WCB, around the upcoming regulations, will benefit their operations, will give them an additional social license so they can market their goods worldwide that much more easily.
Supplemental.
Final question is to the Minister of Labour, because this is fundamentally a Labour bill. What support is available to enable vulnerable paid agriculture workers to participate meaningfully in consultations, especially when many of their bosses oppose the changes?
Honourable Minister of Labour.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. We are committed to supporting our farm workers. We know that farm workers are already benefiting from the passage of the Farm and Ranch Worker Enhancement through the WCB system. As of March 19th, 106 farm workers had injury claims approved by the WCB, more than double the 49 approved claims throughout all of 2015. Of those approved claims, 45 were for lost time, meaning those workers were compensated for an injury that took them off the job, where they could no longer work. We will continue to engage with farm workers and include
Thank you, Honourable Minister. The member for Calgary Shaw.